Still feels a smidge loud in my ear. Let me see if I can fix. There we go. We're going cue ball today. I buzzed, shaved my head last night. I haven't had to work on the beard yet. It's still growing it out. I'm still torn on whether I want to grow another COVID beard, you know, way down to here, or whether I want to try and keep it like this. I don't know yet. I guess I'll figure that out when the time comes. I'll kind of fill that one out. Either way, I'm ready to get started on some Pokemon today. Hope you guys are too. Ooh, I think I slept wrong a couple of nights ago. I've been dealing with this place in my neck. But that's okay. We'll live. Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon Black Atlas Edition. I've been thinking about it for a while and you know, I thought, well, maybe sometimes it might be nice just to come on stream all natural instead of worrying about what hat I'm gonna wear or worrying about a hat gimmick as far as channel points are concerned. So today I decided we'll just sit down, because I've done a couple of bald-headed streams before, because I don't really care if people see my bald head. I don't really, obviously no man's gonna be like, hooray, I'm bald. I mean, if we could have kept our hair, we would have. You know what I mean? But it is what it is at this point. I do need to fix one thing. Give me a second. We were doing a Pokemon White version Nuzlocke on our patron stream yesterday, and I turned on fast forward just to get through some of the heavier tutorial related stuff. Boom. But yeah, I wanted to sit down and try doing a stream with my earbuds, without a hat. I just go for it, you know? No reason I can't feel comfortable in my own home. You son of a bitch! How dare you take out my little guy? How dare you? Zen head mode. And I don't remember if I mentioned this in yesterday's episode or if I mentioned it in the Patreon episode, but today's the 21st. On the 27th, on Pokemon Day, they're going to do a Pokemon Presents. I think we'll see a lot of good news. They'll probably show some more Pokemon Legends ZA stuff. Probably show a lot of mobile game stuff that I personally don't care about. And we're kind of hoping we see something new and exciting. I personally would love to see the virtual console stuff make it to the Switch. But I don't know if that's going to happen, you know. Ooh, I can't even really turn my neck. Move this. We never did put this back up. We'll put it over here in the corner. We did have it at the top of the screen, and I noticed in a previous episode that it got in the way of some of the dialogue, so we'll leave it up there in the corner. Fell for the taunt. You fell for the flame, buddy. Sorry, Sharon, I gotta go back and heal. Every time you add a new Pokemon to your team, there's a little bit of there's growing pains, you know. I do feel optimistic for the first time in a long time as far as the Pokemon franchise is concerned. I feel like I've just kind of been treading water now for a while. I know I often am very verbal about different, with my various opinions on Pokemon as an IP. You know, I've shat on Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, X and Y, and yada yada, but my bitchiness aside, I kind of feel like something great might be around the corner, and I'm just kind of waiting and biding my time. You know what? Because I don't want to fight 1,000 Herdier. Where's my repel? Oh. It took me a minute to remember where to go and what to do. Guess we're fighting all the trainers. Well, that's going to be a one-way trip. That's not true. There are some Pokemon that wear clothes on their own. Waddle for one. Wormadam. There are animals in nature that cover themselves up. I gotta make sure you don't take me down out of the blue. And like I said the other day, I have changed some of my settings with Streamlabs. We're back to 30 frames per second instead of 60. I changed the color. I changed a bunch of settings that I don't know anything about. I just changed them to try to make it run more smoothly. I do want to try and play some more Monster Hunter this weekend, maybe some more Skyrim. And I want to do so both for fun and to kind of test the waters and see if it's going to be pixelated and garbagey. But I'm keeping an eye on it here on my phone, as I usually do. Honestly, there are people out there who are kind of snobby about frame rate and stuff, but honestly, when we're doing what we do, does that even matter? You know, is anybody going to my YouTube channel and they're like, oh, this doesn't run at 60 frames per second, I'm out of here? Is anybody actually like that? Especially with all the retro gaming I do. I mean, I guess people more prefer it like on their own when they're sitting down to stream a video game in their own home. I can understand if they were kind of complaining about 60 frames per second there. But like if you're on YouTube, Twitch, or anywhere on the internet just trying to stream a show, I can't imagine, you know, you're gonna get much out of it. Because even though 4K has become more accessible to more people, a lot of folks are still kind of treading ground at 1080p. But I won't know until I run some tests this weekend. I'm still trying to figure it out. We'll see. I want my streams to look decent. They don't have to be perfect, but I don't want super blurry content, you know? When you watch my streams, they shouldn't be pixelated, and that's my big thing. When I was watching back that Skyrim special edition stream that we did, oh, it looked rough at some spots, and I didn't like that at all. That made me mad. It upset me greatly. Can't let you just faint my trubbish like that, pal. What level does Trubbish evolve? 36. So we're 10 levels away from evolution. Okay. All right. I can live with that. We'll make it work. I'll tell you what else I need to make work. I need to There we go. I do wish that they would just auto sort every Pokemon game. Hey, what's up? I wish they would auto sort some of this stuff. How goes the runs? They're more or less okay, I suppose. I was playing around with doing a Nuzlocke yesterday for Pokemon White. It turned out pretty well, I think. For Pokemon Black here, we're just kind of running through the story, you know. Yeah, a lot of people hate Trubbish. I don't think there's too many Pokemon designs that I don't like. I know it's a cliche on the internet, you know, there's a lot of people that hate a lot of the different designs. I like them. Yeah, I think that Black and White is probably, Gen 5 is probably my favorite outside of the originals. It might be my favorite, period. Black and White had so much charm, and it really makes me sad because this generation, I think, gets ignored more than any other generation. We'll let the poison do its thing. There we go. Yeah, we have too easy. Yeah, I was talking about that yesterday. Black and White feels like it definitely had an increase in difficulty, especially coming from Diamond and Pearl forward. I really can't remember the difficulty of X and Y that much. But like Sword and Shield forward, they really feel handholdy. You can really breeze through modern Pokemon games with little effort. And I think, for me, any kind of competitive aspect of Pokemon went out the window a long time ago. At this point, I'm more just like, I like seeing each new iteration or each new generation that gets released. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I'm going to travel around and fill out the Pokedex and work on my living Pokedex and send them over to home and, you know. That aspect definitely tickles my fancy now more than it ever has. I mean, I guess when I was younger, I was more apt to do competitive battling with my friends or whatever, but even when I say competitive, I never did like the whole, oh, I need to breed 18 eggs to get this nature just to be able to do I never did any of that. I just caught whatever showed up and I would battle with my friends, you know? And let's try a Yamask. Yeah, I was very disappointed with I think the most disappointing was probably I can't even remember who were the antagonists in Sword and Shield. I can't even remember. And then it was like just a bunch of school kids in Scarlet and Violet. Which I understand, that's fine. I mean, every Pokemon game doesn't necessarily need to be a cookie cutter of previous ones. I kind of get that aspect of it. You don't want Team Rocket every time, you know? Oh, that's right. They were her fans. Yeah, see, that was so terrible. I don't even remember it. I don't know. Sort this too. And I'm a complainer. Like I bitch a lot. You know what I mean? Amongst my friends, what 2 or 3 are left, I'm known as the habitual complainer. So I've been trying to curtail that behavior over the last handful of years, you know, and I'm trying not to just be that guy all the time that does that. But it's hard, you know. Especially on Nintendo side of things, Game Freak side of things, you know, you watch your beloved IPs take a turn for the worst, and it's just it can be tough to try and remain positive in a sea of nonsense, but I'm making an honest effort, you know. And we do pretty well with these old games. Like I have a blast sitting here playing Pokemon Black, but when I do modern Pokemon stuff, it can be a little tough. Hopefully we can get back to some semblance of normalcy this year as far as my streams are concerned, because I've started like 8 games at once. Every day I find myself returning to Pokemon. I would very much like to stream some Monster Hunter this weekend before the new one comes out. Not that I'm going to be able to buy the new one immediately, but I have like 2 or 3 Monster Hunter games that I've not finished. And then we started Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I want to play through all the Mario and Luigi games, but I wanted to start from the beginning. Oh, absolutely. If they went the route that Sega went with Sonic Mania, there'd be no stopping them. New car and a new house. Oh yeah, that's worth its weight in gold. I think about that myself too. I'm like, I want to buy all the games, but at the same time, well, it's difficult, you know. Being a Nintendo fanboy is not super tough in that regard because Nintendo really doesn't do sales, but every day I wake up to a notification on my phone about there being like 2 or 3 new games for sale on Steam, and I'm like, please stop telling me. I'm already broke enough. Let me live. You know what? I do have an ether. We're gonna need we're either gonna need PP up, or we're gonna have to do something about Ominous Wind only having 5 power points. We are gonna have to figure that out. Oh my God, your kitchen oh. You got it rough at the moment. I hope things get better sooner rather than later. That's tough. Especially when everything in life just kind of compiles on you at one time, and it can feel like a daunting task to try to get your foothold, you know. Push in. Oh, I better. Ah, crap. Well, I'd like to heal before we go in there. Been working on it. What you been working on? There we go. You know, I'm pretty happy with the way that everything turned out over on the Pokemon region game. Ooh. Are you 100% working on the entire project by yourself, or do you have help with like the coding and stuff? Because that can be a little difficult. I don't know anything about coding myself, but other people tell me it's like the most difficult part of the process. Story time. Huddle around me. I can't take this cold. Then why are you here? Pokemon are our king's friends. Oh, we're taking care of them. We can't let any harm come to them here. I think we're going to be fighting a handful of Team Plasma members. And as we know, lore is very important. Yeah, I don't know how many of these guys I have to fight. I think we fight at least 3, and I think they both have 2 Pokemon apiece. That's 6. Oh, I bet the type matchup is probably the more difficult part of putting together a Pokemon game. I was actually thinking about that not too long ago, you know. I don't think people realize just how difficult making a video game is to begin with. Like, just in a vacuum. It can't be an easy process. And then you take something like Pokemon, and there are over 1,000 creatures now. You made 12 new typings on top of the original? Oh yeah. You have your work cut out for you. I do not envy you. It would be well worth it though once the project is realized and everybody gets to play it. We've been using Trubbish a lot. Let me... Muna's... Well... Yeah, Muna is way behind. If we can't start making Muna work, I might have to switch out for somebody else on the team. Scraggy is dark fighting though, so this might not... Yeah, okay. With him being dark type, that's not gonna work. Livani. Ooh, the new mythical Pokemon. Mythical Pokemon might be the more... I should have used the bug attack. Might be the more fun Pokemon to create, because you can kind of go full creative when you're making a mythical Pokemon. They could be any kind of contradictory typing. The sky's the limit with mythicals. I will say keep me posted, you know, let me know when you've got a decent build that you're proud enough to show to people, I'll play through it. I do have a hard time keeping up with the community, though. I try, you know, I used to try, you know, when Twitter was still a thing. I followed everybody that I could from each community that I wanted to be a part of, you know, Metroid to Pokemon to Nintendo to my Jurassic Park people, and a lot of times my account would I'd get in a fight with somebody over politics or something stupid, and my account would either get suspended or completely taken down, and I'd have to make a new one. And that happened across the board a lot. I don't do any of that anymore. I'm too busy trying to protect my peace this day and age to bother with that anymore. But let's see, what am I doing? I need to switch Pokemon. You're dark typing, so I'm just going, you know what? Pick Knight it is. Couldn't handle the power. Its mindless rampage. It forced Arceus into the form it is now. I like that concept. You know, the Omega Metroid marathon from the other day. It's probably been the first time I've really interacted with anybody on a community level in a long time. I've just kind of been floating over here in a vacuum doing my own thing by myself. It felt nice to be able to just talk to gamers and talk to people who were passionate about, you know, various IPs that we're all into. It felt nice. It really did, you know. I think I need more of that in my life. I think I've been a little too antisocial for far too long. Oh, okay, she only has one. And it's a Trubbish. But, I'm not on anything but Blue Sky anymore. I've tried to follow everybody on Blue Sky as well. But everybody doesn't post there with the same regularity that they did like on Twitter or Threads or Instagram. So I don't really know what everybody's working on anymore, but I am making an effort to try to pay more attention to, you know, what the community's working on. Oh yeah, you show me. Only has a 3% chance you fight the mythical Pokemon. Do you remember the was it, I think it was 4. It might have been 3, but I want to say it was 4 Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet that were the like the ultra mythical Pokemon. That you had to open the seals to get, and they were like, I guess that region that they're from is supposed to be based on China. That would make a really interesting Pokemon game. Because so far, we've only really ever seen Japanese Pokemon. Of course, we have the American Pokemon here with Black and White. I would love to see a Pokemon game set in China. That would be kind of neat. Well, I take that back. We had, I guess X and Y was France. Scarlet and Violet was Spain. But yeah, it would be nice. I like China. I don't like their government, but governments aside, I don't really have any beef with countries or people, you know. I'll fight with governments all day, but not actual peoples. Let's see. Are we paralyzed? I wasn't paying attention. No, we're just low health. Let's see if we can keep trying to make Muna work. Probably not the best idea to try to make Muna work while fighting Team Plasma, but I'll do what I can. Yeah, I like the goldfish one. I don't remember its name. See, those Pokemon designs to me were kind of peak for the past generation. I want to see more like that. We'll go with Zen Headbutt. Well, you're dark too. That's not going to work. Crap. Yeah, Muna's not the best choice for this task. Did you see why I gave this ability on the third chance to appear? How did it avoid that? Oh. Yeah, I slept wrong. I think last night and the night before. Oh, my neck. That's why I'm having to sit here and turn like Batman. I can't really... don't have all my range of motion. My neck. Oh. I just kind of have to turn my shoulders to look. Watchog. But I would be very interested in playing through it. So like I said, if you get a build that's ready to go, let me know. I've kind of held off on any fan games for Pokemon that had like non-official Pokemon up to this point. I've never really been a fan of what they call Fakemon. I don't hate them. I just I've always preferred like the official channels for Pokemon, but I have been thinking recently about checking out some of the various ROM hacks and projects that people have worked on, because I feel like I've been really close-minded about that, you know? And if something like Sonic Mania can work as well as it did, or AM2R, I mean, God, look at AM2R. That thing is glorious. Oh, see, that's genius. The region is the testing grounds that Arceus tests out all his creations before selecting certain ones to be sent to reality. See, that sounds... that's an entire 2 or 3 games in and of itself. You know what I mean? I guess I also didn't really understand Arceus's lore until more recently. I've been trying to piece together the origins of Pokemon through the bits and pieces that Game Freak has given us over the years. What really kind of sent me spiraling into a lore dive was when we had Ultra Sun and Moon and we would go through the Ultra wormholes, you would end up light years away. And I think as humans, our brains have a hard time with the concepts of time, distance, eternity. Absolutes are hard for the human brain. So the sheer distance of light years is, that in and of itself should just be like, but when you went through the ultra wormholes, you were coming out on the other side and you were still finding the legendary Pokemon that you would still find on the Pokemon Earth, like Zapdos and Articuno and Lugia, and you were finding all the legendary Pokemon. Now, from a game making standpoint, it was just the developer's way of letting you get past Pokemon in case you didn't have the older games. That I understand. But from a lore standpoint, the fact that you're finding Earth-specific creatures light years away in other galaxies kind of is very perplexing as far as Pokemon is concerned, especially given our lack of evidence here in our reality, you know what I mean? it comes to our reality, we're still kind of living in a bubble. We don't have any actual factual evidence of life anywhere else in the universe. And I'm a little depressed by that. But in the Pokemon universe, I guess Arceus came first. And I've always pronounced it Arceus. But, you know, recently I guess I've started leaning more towards Arceus because I guess that's the pronunciation that the localizers have gone with. But yeah, I guess Arceus was the first Pokemon, and then I guess he birthed Dialga and Palkia and Giratina, and then I guess the rest kind of spirals from there as far as the lore is concerned. But then there's still the whole Mew thing, so I don't know. There's the most beautiful cardinal sitting right outside my door. Get a picture before it flies away. Got it. Putting up the bird feeder was a really good idea, especially in the winter months. You start off in Sinnoh at the near end of your journey, about to enter the distortion world, but in this reality, the distortion portal opened up on a tear in the veil. You enter the portal and are safely transported. Is that pronounced? I'm gonna assume Etheria. I'm bad with names. I'm low-key illiterate. Etheria. That's a clever name too. Very clever indeed. You know what? The water works better than potions, so we're gonna buy some water. The only thing that ever gripes me about the vending machines in Pokemon is that it forces you to sit here and spam it and do one at a time. It would be nice if I could just buy a bunch. Okay. Well, we've dealt with them. Crystals of creation. You know what I wish? I really wish the whole Nintendo, Game Freak, Pal World lawsuit nonsense would stop. I'm sorry, Nintendo and Game Freak, but you don't own the concept of capturing animals in a device. You just don't. Should the Ghostbusters sue you? The Ghostbusters predates Pokemon. Ridiculous. I will say this too, and you can do this or not do this. If you don't do this, I don't blame you. But if you hop over in my Discord, my Discord is all laid out bird themed, so the channels aren't as black and white as they are in most people's servers. You're not going to see like general chat, music, movies, TV. It's not going to be laid out like that. Everything is bird themed. So if you go in there and you look for Rainbow Wing or Rainbow Feather, that's the Pokemon channel. If you go in there and share it, you might get lucky and have other people play it. But at the same time, I'm such a teeny tiny, small, insignificant content creator. My Discord is dead most of the time. I try my best to keep it popping in there, but it's really hard to get engagement in my Discord as far as like posting people's projects. I've constantly been begging people, like, if you're an artist, post your art, post links to your art. If you're a streamer, when you go live, post that you've gone live. I do everything I can in my Discord to try and help people promote whatever projects that they're working on. And you're more than welcome to post anything that you're working on in there as well. Like I said, I shot myself in the foot many years ago by kind of becoming as antisocial as I did, you know. And like I said, you know, I spent a good bit of time the other day in Omega Metroid's chat when they were doing the charity run. But I think I want to try and reach out to community members again and like-minded people that have the same interests that I do. Just because I think, you know, humans being social creatures and all, I think it would do me some good to interact with other people, you know. Basically, you find bits and pieces of light around the region. You can craft your own crystals. 30 battles with the monster. Each 5 makes the crystal dark. Each 5 battles make the crystal darker. If it darkens completely, your crystal will shatter and your Pokemon will vanish. Ooh. That's got an almost Nuzlocke-like twist to it. But you can clean the crystal with a small spell and claw out the stuff. So you've got this whole mechanic in there. Your buddies are trying to steal some folks' Pokemon. See, in a vacuum or on paper, I don't disagree with Gethys, or whatever the hell his name is. Because there's tons of people in our world that abuse animals, and it makes me furious. Years, that's a long time to be working on one project. Well, you know, it's like I always said, game development takes time, especially if you want it to be decent. The games they put out nowadays are just, they're rushed, and it feels like cynical cash grab projects. And I think the whole Pokemon community has really felt that with Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet. Hell, even Game Freak themselves came forward and said, okay, we'll slow down. We're releasing too much too fast. Like, they actually took the time to listen to community complaints. But then I was reading not too long ago that turned out to be more the Pokemon Company International than it was Game Freak. The Pokemon Company, the parent company, is like, we need a product, we need it now, give us something, and they're not giving Game Freak time to cook. And I've been sitting here giving Game Freak shit on my channel now for like 2 or 3 years or more, only to find out that it's not really their fault. So I feel like an asshole. Taught my ass a valuable lesson, humbled me. Taught me I don't know as much as I think I do. Whatever you do, just please don't abandon it. That concept is really too good to abandon, I'll be honest with you. I mean, you've only told me a small portion. You know, you've given me the backstory and a little bit of lore, and you've given me a few mechanics. But that sounds too good not to finish. And if you've already spent a few years working on it, you don't want to just let that go. Of course, I'm not saying abandon life just for it, but I would very much like to see that actualized. Let's see. We did go heal, right? Okay. Gym time. don't remember which badge this is. Let me take a look. All right, so we're only halfway there as far as badges are concerned. Old PC died suddenly and everything got ruined and corrupted. Oh. I am so sorry. All right, he's gonna have ground attacks. Underground we go. I was watching the latest episode of Severance. I think everybody's watching that show. I think that's the it show at the moment. And in the newest episode, they talked about how like the severed floor is supposed to be in the basement on that show. It's supposed to be like the bottom floor, but I think there might be an entire floor or more floors up under that. I think it might go deeper underground. In my head, I'm starting to think there might be an entire Raccoon City style structure or facility down there. The severed floor might actually just be at the top. I think the building that sits above ground might just be a decoy. I don't know. I'm very perplexed by Severance, and I'm hoping that it doesn't just spiral out and go nowhere, because I never watched Lost back in the day, but everybody complained about the ending to Lost. And then I started watching From. Hydrate. I have some tea today. Usually I have water in this cup. But I've got my Diet Dr. Pepper in my coffee mug here. Ooh. Hydrating tea. Have a little of both. Okay. Let's see. It's sweet tea. I used stevia instead of sugar. Doesn't quite taste the same, but it's better than just drinking sugar all day, you know. So I make it work. Let me think for a moment. I'm gonna try and make Muna work, even though we don't have the type advantage with Muna here. Let me look at the TOs before we get started. Let's see, light screen ding, subtract. Yeah, we don't really have a. Ignite can learn Grass Nut. I don't really like bitter drinks, so I need some sort of sweetener in my tea. And I hate coffee. Coffee tastes like dirt water, and I'll never understand in a million years how a human being can drink coffee. But I do like tea, but I never drink it black. You know, I always put something in it. But I have sleep apnea, so when I sit down to stream, I'm usually chugging caffeine, you know, just so I could stay awake. I also found out, my dumbass, on my medication for my Lexapro, my depression medication, it says to take it at bedtime. I've been taking it when I wake up for years. Turns out that's partially what's causing my drowsiness during the day. And I felt so dumb when I figured that out. Yeah, I'm usually a zombie. I'm trying to overcome all that, but it's not easy. All right, he is kicking my ass. We may have to abandon Muna as a viable candidate for our team. It sucks, but this game's just not really giving me the opportunity to raise Muna. So after we get done here, we're gonna run back to the Pokemon Center and make a team swap. I worked too hard raising Livani. I don't want to lose Livani. Boy, the birds are really... We're going to town on this bird feeder today. Drillbur! Boom. Okay. Well, I mean, it's alcohol. What are you really missing? I never drink alcohol either. I just couldn't get into alcohol. There was always the taste, and then there was always the fact that I don't like downers. I've never done drugs. I mean, I've smoked weed. You could consider that a drug. But I never did drugs. And I never understood, like, people who were, like, so miserable that, oh, I need drugs. I need alcohol because life is so miserable. Yeah, life sucks. Well, I take antidepressants, but I don't get the alcohol crowd. I hate alcohol. Sorry, Muna. Yeah, when I first started drinking alcohol back in my youth, I was drinking wine coolers. I think wine coolers were the first alcohol I had, and that's 5% alcohol. It's basically non-existent, so I've never really had the hard stuff. I think vodka I've had more than anything else, and I just don't like it. I did tell my friend that I wanted to try whiskey and bourbon and a lot of different types. I just want to try them so that I can say that I did. Stoutland isn't a bad replacement. You know, I was thinking about, I just said something about Stoutland yesterday. We were raising this Stoutland before, and we swapped it out when we I caught two, so we'd have one of each for our living decks. Yeah, I don't know if you saw this before, and it's going to be really tiny on the screen, and I'm sorry about that. I guess I should figure that out. Actually, didn't I have a menu for that? I do. Here we go. Oh, uh-oh. 1 second. That's not how that works. Uh-oh. Hang on. Let me make this look nice real quick. My neck. And then we will stretch the image to here. Stretch. Yeah, since it's on the bottom screen of the DS, I set this up before so that we can actually see it halfway decent, you know. There we go. And then we just put it in the appropriate location here. That's the top frame, so it needs to go under. There we go. Now it looks decent. Yeah, I recently changed the base canvas resolution from 4K back down to 1080p because I was having a lot of blurriness and pixelization when I was trying to stream PC games like Skyrim or whatnot. Okay. So, what we did, just to kind of refresh everybody who might be watching this on the YouTube side as well as me and you here today, we ported everybody forward from previous playthroughs. So all these are our platinum Pokemon. Then we have our Sapphire Pokemon. Then there was our Soul Silver playthrough. And our Leaf Green playthrough. I got most of these Pokemon legitimately by just breeding until I had everything. There are a few exceptions where we had to kind of fill in the gaps using event Pokemon from the internet, like Mew here. This came from the Pokemon Ranch game, which was an app game on the Wii, actually, that worked. It was kind of like an early prototype for Pokemon Bank and Pokemon Home. You could upload your Pokemon to it. And then I did the same with the other mythicals. You get it. I filled in the gaps using a save editor and .pkm files from the internet. But you do what you gotta do. Everybody else is legitimately caught. We can call on them anytime. But anywho, yeah, I haven't started work on Pokemon Black and White's Pokedex yet. We've just kind of been catching what we see randomly as we go. But you are absolutely correct. Herdier would be a great addition to the team. I'm a sucker for birds, but I am an even bigger sucker for dogs. Dogs are my favorite, I think. Dogs are probably my favorite animal. You can't beat a good dog. Okay. Are there any good TMs for Herdier? Okay. I am very curious to see all the various Pokemon you made for your game. Again, that's one of the more exciting parts of any Pokemon game, is like seeing those designs for the first time. If they could bottle that excitement, that'd be great. I bet it can learn Dig. Can she learn Dig? Ooh. Now see, they're going to be using ground types and probably some fighting types too. I hate to get rid of Odor Sleuth because that's going to help us fight ghost Pokemon. We'll get rid of Takedown. But on the off chance that they use a lot of ground Pokemon, we'll be able to use Herdier in this gym. Level 20. Okay, we have some catching up to do. Heal while we're here. Chislet. It's a Glyphonk, and it'd be Fantarch. Did I get those three right? Again, I'm not great with names. I always feel real bad when it comes to human names too. I was just laughing at myself about that the other day. I was reading this thing and I was trying to pronounce some Japanese names and I felt so ashamed and guilty. I felt so like white bread American, you know, and the guilt was pretty bad. And it happened not too long ago too with Spanish names. I was trying to read this thing that had a lot of Cuban names and I couldn't, some of them I knew and some of them I couldn't quite make out, and I felt really guilty. Like, oh, I'm not cultured enough, you know. I struggle with that a lot. I always feel bad when I come across a Hispanic person IRL and they know multiple language and my dumb ass just knows one language. I always feel really guilty. Like, they put the work in to learn multiple languages and my lazy ass just knows English. I hate that. I really hate that. I do love when a Dex entry tells a story. I can't tell you how much I love the Pokedex throughout the series. The flavor text is some of the best parts. All right, Herdier. Let's hit him with a dig. Oh. But are the three related? Ancient civilizations relied on Chislet to carve intricate glyphs into stone. Its sharp beak and diligent nature made it a beloved companion of craftsmen and architects. That's very well written too. That's like, I can see that in an actual Pokemon game. Damn it. All right, if we're gonna play this game, Chislet. So he's like a chisel. He's a bird that chisels using his beak, I'm gonna assume, into stone. Glyphonk once served as a messenger, warning ancient people of impending disasters. Legends say it failed to alert them in time of a great calamity, leading to their civilization's collapse. Ooh. Oh crap, Palpitoad fainted. So it sounds like you're going with a like Central America vibe or theme with the Dex entries of the Pokemon. Okay, so they're all connected in the evolution line. Okay, that makes sense. I gotcha. You know, and it goes back to what you were saying earlier too. It's about creativity out in the world. It only takes one person to create something, to create an IP. Like at one point, one guy sat down and thought up Pokemon, and then when he started putting it together, several people started working on it with him, and then it became what it was. And then over the years, many different developers helped build Pokemon into the franchise that it is today. It wasn't just a one-person effort. But when you're a big mega billion-dollar corporation and you get really litigious, like Nintendo's become, that's not good, man. You're stifling out creativity. I get you need to protect your IP and you need to make money because you're a company and capitalism and all that bullshit. But like, take a chill pill. Let other people be creative. Fan projects are really awesome on the internet. It's depressing. Pantarch now haunts the ruins of forgotten mines. Guarding the remnants of an ancient civilization, its eerie glyph serves as a warning to those who dare to disturb the resting place of the lost. Oh, I guess it does, doesn't it? That entire evolution line tells a complete story. It tells about the civilization living alongside Pokemon, and it tells about their collapse, and then it tells about the ruins that were left behind. Yeah, I don't think they do that enough in the actual Pokemon games. I do think that if I have one criticism of Pokemon beyond the normal criticisms we all have about the quality dipping, I think that it's creatively they've really started to dip as well. The Pokedex entries don't tell unique, intricate stories like they used to. It really feels like the creativity has taken a huge dive when it comes to Pokemon lore. I will say that much. And that ties back into what we said 2 seconds ago. At a certain point, your creation takes on a life of its own, and it inspires other creators and other creatives out in the world. And they're eventually going to supersede you in creativity, in productivity. And I took the wrong elevator, didn't I? Yep. And I think that's what's kind of happening with Pokemon and a lot of other IP as well. Also, it's like it's punished itself. I see. I failed to protect the people. I failed to do my part, and as punishment, I will now, you know, live here in the ruins for eternity. That's very poetic. I like it. It's very poetic indeed. All right, who does she got? Who does she have? Drillbur. Now here's the question. Will Drillbur dig? And will we be able to use dig? Slash. Okay. Yeah, there's that too. Fail to protect them in life, I will not fail in death. Yeah, I like that. Well, this isn't gonna work. If they're gonna dig, they're gonna outdig me. No. Crap. I don't have any revives left. Alright, we'll run back to town for the 47th time. Wait a minute. There's nothing wrong with that. I use ChatGPT almost for everything now, I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate AI like everybody else does. I'd still call for it to be used ethically. I don't want artists to be put out of work, but I use ChatGPT too. I wouldn't worry about that. Oh yeah, you can show me. Like I said, the best place to show me is probably the Discord. That way I can see. Oh, he's going to use Palpitoad as well. Levani it is. Let's see, to evolve. Player must find an ancient ruined temple located deep within a cave system. Ethereal glyph stone. Oh yeah, I guess if you're creating a whole new region from scratch, you're gonna need new evolution items, you're gonna need new hold items. Did you make any new berries too? I have to imagine there's probably a good opportunity there to make some new berries. Oh. It's on the docket. I bet that's going to be fun. Ooh, Blight. That's got to be one of the more bittersweet mechanics in gaming. Is he on his cell phone? I guess I never noticed that before. Okay, he's businessman. He's in a suit. I'm assuming that's his briefcase. He's trying to hold his briefcase, throw out his Pokeball so he can battle and be on his work phone at the same time. Decreases the crystal strength as well. Yeah, I guess with the crystal mechanic, you would need something that goes beyond just the usual status elements for the Pokemon themselves. You'd have to figure out a way, you know, to work that in. That also gives the player a reason to, like, maybe explore areas they wouldn't otherwise explore on the map too. Which, when it comes to Pokemon, I try my best to look at every nook and cranny in a Pokemon game. But I don't know if other people do that too. I have to imagine a lot of people do, but there's probably statistically a handful of people that will play through a Pokemon game and then just put it down and never come back. Getting people to explore those little nooks and crannies in RPGs can be kind of hard sometimes. So giving them a mechanic that would have them like search stuff out, that would be good. From a design standpoint, you know. Oh wait, I need to buy some revives. Let's see. Revives. Yep, I have none. I'll take 8. Oh, I'm running low on potions too. Well, back to being broke. What's new? I like your username too, Primordial Lilith. I like that. That's a cool nick. I started to say nickname. That's a cool username. Wow, I am so perpetually 80s and 90s. I'm out here calling people screen names and handles nicknames. Wait a minute. Did we not take this lift earlier and fight the trainer up there? I did not. I should probably work on the Discord tonight too. I think I should revamp our community section for like posting. Everybody posting their own work. Might be time just to revisit overhauling the whole server in general. Streamline some stuff. Because I always feel like a bastard if I'm out here streaming and I'm asking people to watch my streams and chat and participate. But then, you know, they're like, well, here's this thing I did or I'm working on, or here's my stream. You know, I would like to check out what other people are working on. I need to make sure that that section is running properly in the Discord too. The Village of the Forgotten. The first area is ruled over by the weakest mythical Pokemon called the Corrupted Forest of Life. The mines of the second mythical Pokemon resides, named the Mines of Art. It's a boar. I'm assuming a boar. I started to say arbor, but there's no R there. God damn it, Herdier. The mountains for the third mythical Pokemon called the Mountains of the Stars. Oh, that's a good name. The Mountains of the Stars. And finally, the part of the world closest to the Veil, where the final and the strongest mythical Pokemon is named the Veil Between Worlds. So your game will have all new Pokemon, right? It won't have any returning Pokemon from like the official side, unless, well, I guess you said Arceus for the story element, but oh, we're confused. Come on, buddy. You got this. Come on, Bubble Beam. There we go. Wow, Bubble Beam didn't take him down. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Let's see how much fresh water does. It did not do as much as I thought. I'm trying to use my phone to look outside. The dogs are going crazy, which usually tells me somebody's outside, but I don't see anybody out there. I grabbed the mouse instead of the controller. Here's the base stats of some of the strongest mythical Pokemon. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. Hold up. And then we go here. This gym is a pain in the ass in black and white too. Look at all the fossils in the walls. Oh, we're going real deep underground. Look at that. Bedrock. Give me 1 second and I'll look at chat. I need to heal up before this fight. Okay. Actually, we should probably give the amulet coin to somebody. Why are you holding a full heal? Expert belts, super effective moves. Promote growth, lower speed, ice, quick claw. Can we make the quick claw work? Give it to Trubbish. Shell Bell. That's good enough for now. I read that as Voldemort. The base stats: 140 attack, 90 defense, 90 special attack, special defense, special. So that looks to be a special. Their special would be special. Vortimex. Is that Vordamex? Is it Vordimex or Vordamex? Vordmex? Yeah, it'd be Vord with a long O sound because of the E. Vortimex. Apologies if I get any of their names wrong. Again, kind of suck with that. Save before this fight. We fight old Cowboy Curtis here. We're gonna be fighting our Pokemon. Vord Mech. Vortimex. Got it. See, I was saying Vortimex. So it's Vortimex. Well, think it's about time to see for yourself think it's about time to see for myself what it is about your skills that make a gym leader like Elsa take such a shine to you. I am so damn glad that I developed the accent that I have now instead of the one I was raised with. Go, Herdier! Okay, level 21 versus 29. I'm just gonna go ahead and switch out Herdier because I know what's gonna happen if I don't. You're posting in the Rainbow Feathers area. All right, I will look at that as soon as we are done here. Yeah, I may have. Sometimes if something needs to be reworked in the Discord, like our community section for posting your own work, that might be hidden at the moment because I was working it and forgot about it. I will go in and make sure that's turned on later, because I do want people to share stuff. Oh, not scraggly voice. Excadrill. Herdier needs the XP. See, I can pull Discord up on my phone, actually. That's a lot I'll have to read through when we're done. Oh crap. Excadrill. Yikes. Yeah, let me switch out. Get him, Palpy. level 31. Bulldoze. Shit. Sorry, Palpy. We should have brought a bird for this. Okay. Ow. That went sideways in a hurry. All right, he's gonna heal. I'll be sure didn't see that coming. Yeah, you didn't see this coming. Oh shit, he didn't heal. You butthole. Maybe he'll heal now. There it is, hyper potion. Which lets me do this. You're in it now, son. We'll use hyper potion. Yeah, anytime that a Pokemon has a status element, it also cuts their attack. So that Rock Slide's not doing as much damage as it could be, which is fantastic for us. Oh, but that did nothing. Oh, for me, it's just he, him. You know, I should probably put that in my bio on Twitch. I don't know if Twitch has a default setting for that. I know YouTube does, but Twitch I don't think does. Should do that. All right, we are so close. We've been very fortunate. I will say that, knock on wood. We haven't had any transphobes. We haven't had any homophobes, you know, enter the Discord or really cause problems with any of our streams. We've been very fortunate in that regard. Again, knock on wood. There are a lot of trolls and hateful people out there that might show up one day and give the community trouble. I'll just have to stay on top of it and help protect everybody the best I can. Oh, you're right. There is a browser extension. I used to have that when I watched one streamer. Yes, I do need to get that. I switched browsers yesterday and I haven't installed all my extensions yet. And I completely forgot about that one. But you are correct. There is an extension for that. Come on. Oh, he is just... Since we're fighting a country guy, we'll just say he's hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit. All right, I'm out of attacks after this one. You really like that rock slide, don't you? There we go. Yay! Yeah, mask for the win. Oh, you had more? Oh, I forgot he had a Palpitoad. Okay. Let me think for a moment. Palpitoad. How am I going to deal with Palpitoad? You already fainted, Levani. Yeah, no, it's, you know what? It's fine. At least it's not Seismitoad. If it were Seismitoad, we'd be in trouble. Alright, so slow burn's not gonna work for us since he used Aqua Whatchamahoozit. The line of art, the grass starters, baby, from having made. What kind of starters did you go with? Oh. I love cats as much as the next person, but I think the official line of Pokemon, they've had too many grass, or they've had too many like cat starters recently. How am I gonna do this? We might have to just... Alright, this isn't gonna work. Let me do this. The grass is a mix of Turtwig and Squirtle. Some of the best. Those are two of my favorites. I do like turtles. I really like turtles. Turtles are in my top 5. Okay. Trubbish, come back. Go, Levani. Squirtle was my first choice back in the day. Turtwig was my first choice for the Sinnoh region. Razor Leaf, this son of a bitch. Wow, we should have just done that from the get-go. Just... Do-do-boot, do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. Fifth badge. Pokemon up to level 60 will obey. That means in an emergency or in a pinch, we could call on some of our past Pokemon, though I'd rather not. I like to try and use the Pokemon from each game as we go. Alright, that wasn't too hard. That wasn't too bad. We made some real progress today. And I wasn't super duper sleepy during today's stream because I took my medication before I went to bed last night instead of taking it when I got up today. So, I learned something. I learned to read labels. Oh, I can barely hold my head up. Oh. Wait, does it still say I'm the certified trainers? Okay, they kept that in here. Wait, was he standing here before? I don't remember this guy. Now, depending on how this evening goes, since it's Friday, I might or might not come back with another stream later tonight. I really need to start catching up. I am really, really far behind. I've got like 8 games that I've started. Tyler and I started Crystal Chronicles, and we're only one episode in, but we also want to start Donkey Kong 64, so we'll probably do that this weekend. At some point this year, I want to do Banjo-Tooie, because I only ever did Banjo-Kazooie on the channel years ago. So there's a lot that I need to work on and a lot of games that I need to start. But at the same time, I want to try and get as far as I can in Pokemon Black, because with Pokemon Legends ZA coming out later this year, I want to also play through Pokemon X. I want to get a little bit of a head start on ZA by doing X, but those two playthroughs might run alongside one another. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I just know that we have tons of games. I might have to start going back. I might have to start doing multiple streams a day just to get caught up. But today, you know, was enlightening. And I think that that may be the whole issue in a nutshell, was that I was taking my medication when I woke up. So now I've learned that taking the Prozac when I wake up makes me drowsy while I'm trying to stream. So knowing that, it's agitating, but at the same time, it helps. It makes me feel relieved that I'm not just sitting here a zombie and struggling and fighting. You know what I mean? It's life. All right. See you, folks. Exactly. Takes nighttime meds during the day. Why am I so sleepy? I never read the label. Every medication I've ever taken always says take when you wake up. I just assumed that one would be the same, but I get, that's why they tell you don't assume things. It bites you in the ass. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me today. You made my day hanging out in chat. I actually had somebody to chat with. I don't always have somebody to chat with. It's a human Sentai pad. Why won't it read? All right. I'm going to try to come back tonight with more. It depends. All right. See you, folks.